going on, everybody? For future reference, Mondays are only ever going to be travel GoPro videos. And then Thursdays are going to be videos like this, where it's just a personal video, something I want to do. It could be recommendations like today's video. It could be something that I've put a little bit more time into, like the most easternmost point in the US. I can't make a firm schedule, but I just wanted to say, if a video comes out on Monday, it'll be a GoPro travel video, and if a video comes out on Thursday, it will be one of these videos. So today's video, I listened to a lot of music, and I just wanted to throw out some songs that I've been listening to, and these are not new songs necessarily, some of them are newer, but instead of recommending a whole album like I did last week, I wanted to it's just easier for me to go through songs I've been listening to and enjoying, and then recommend those in a small playlist. And they're from all sorts of different genres and all over the world. And then you can pick and choose, and then those songs can go into your algorithmic ecosystem for choosing future songs. So let's get started with my first pick. It's an older pick from my personal giant playlist of music that I have, but it's one that I always continue to come back to, and it's a Hindi song from the movie, I always get this title mixed up, Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, and it's Ilahi by Mohit Chauhan. The normal Ilahi version is fine. My personal favorite, though, is the Ilahi reprise. And this song is just very nostalgic for me. It reminds me a lot of India and Nepal, times with really good friends. I always come back to it. It's always on a ton of playlists that I choose for other people to listen to. It's a very easy, if you've never watched Bollywood movies, if you haven't ever really been into Indian music in general, this is a very easy song to ease you into that world. There's a lot of great songs that come out of Bollywood, all of India, really. I know I have a lot of Indian viewers, and a lot of you will probably maybe be familiar with this song, or be familiar with the movie, which I have seen. But yeah, it's a great gateway song into the world of, if you want to dip your toes into the Bollywood music scene. It's one that I would highly recommend, is Ilahi by Mohit Chauhan. Number 2. So video game soundtracks are potentially some of the most hidden gems out there. There is some really, really good stuff being produced in the realm of video game music. And the song I'm about to recommend is older than me, I'm pretty sure, but it's been recently remastered in a re-release of this game, and that game is Dwarf Fortress, and the song is called Strike the Earth, and this is by Dabu and Simon Swerwer. So Strike the Earth is a really catchy song. I've been listening to it non-stop recently. This is one of those situations where I will outright recommend the whole Dwarf Fortress soundtrack. It's very, very good. It's really good background music to listen to while you're doing other stuff. You're working on the computer, which I do a lot. I'm going to make sure to download this album before we leave for our flight, so I can listen to it on the way there. But Strike the Earth particularly is the song that I have been really digging into, and I'm sure I'll be sinking my teeth more into it as time goes on, because I do really enjoy this album. Okay, number 3. This is a classic song for music nerds. This whole album is pretty well known among the corners of music snobbery. This is going to be off of King Crimson's In the Court of the Crimson King album, and it's I Talk to the Wind. The album and the songs on the album are musically, they feel very, very timeless. I love the harmonies on this song. I love the use of wind instruments on this song. I don't know how much more I can say, really. This is the type of song that makes me, when I hear it, it makes me curious as to how I can play it, and it makes me want to play more music. That's how influential songs like this to me are. So, I Talk to the Wind by King Crimson is number 3. Number 4, another older-ish song, but a little bit more contemporary than our last one, is I Miss You by Blink-182. So, I didn't grow up listening to Blink-182. I still don't know a ton of their song library, other than the only, actually maybe the only other Blink-182 song I know is All the Small Things, of course. But I was watching YouTube the other day, and a short history of this song came up, and so I watched it. It's just like a 4-minute video, but after that I began listening to it more. I added it to my rotation of songs that I listen to a lot, and now it's currently one of my most listened to songs. So that is I Miss You by Blink-182. Okay, so this next song, we're taking a departure from everything I've just said, because if Dwarf Fortress was a little bit out there for you, this is going to be completely out there. And I have to tell the story of how I even came across this song. So the other day I was watching a YouTube video, and in my feed comes up this video about the most popular albums from around the world. Every country in the world's most popular album. So I was actually curious in countries that I have some history with, India and Nepal. I went to India, and I actually don't remember what the Indian album was, but because of YouTube's copyright system, it will only play maybe 3 seconds of the song and then move on to the next country. So it was moving pretty quickly. It went from India and then maybe 1 or 2 other countries, and then there was Iran. And the most played album was the album that this song is off of. And what struck me immediately was 2 things. One was the 3-second clip of the music, and the second was the album cover. The clip, the 3-second clip, was what sounded like shouting and almost like the high-pitched Hungarian singing, but then the cover of the album was 2 Chinese characters backdropped by an entire wall of Chinese text. This album is called The Great Learning, and it is by Cornelius Cardew. So I looked up this album on YouTube. It is available on YouTube. It is 4.5 hours long, and it's an experimental music album based off of Confucius's writing of the same name. It's dense. It's a lot to get through. I was reading some more information about it, and one of the songs on the album is a 10-minute piece called Paragraph 7. Each song on the album is named after one of the paragraphs found in The Great Learning, in the Confucius work, The Great Learning. And it is very fascinating how this song was composed and how it is performed. I don't want to give too much away here, and I don't want to continue explaining it because I don't really understand it musically, but I encourage anybody with an interest in experimental music and composition to look up Paragraph 7 of Cornelius Cardew's The Great Learning. Number 6, Cut from the Cloth by The Evens. This song came up in a rotation of my YouTube music maybe 6 to 8 months ago, and it's been on my radar ever since. I'll put it on in the car. The Evens is a combination, I think it's only 2 people. I think there's only 2 people in the band, and I think one of them is from another band named Fugazi. I know that Fugazi is well liked among the music crowd, but I've never listened to them. I have listened to this song, I've listened to parts of this album, and I really like this song. I really like the lyrics of this song, and I like the stripped down instrumental of this song. I think it's only a guitar and a drum kit. It feels very simplified. Everything is very simplified. So I like that sound, I like the lyrics. This is just a great really, really great song. I love this song. So, Cut from the Cloth by the Evens. Number 7. This is basically another album recommendation. This is a song that I have used in videos before, and I got it from a YouTube documentary by Dan Bell about the Everglades, where I think he might even use the whole album in that video. But it's Plantasia by Mort Garson. I love this song. If there's ever a moment where I am, say, in the car and I can't decide what to play, I will play this song. There are so many amazing textures in the music and in the synthesizers that Mort Garson uses in this song, and really on the whole album. And this song in particular is just a really pleasant listen, and it's very easy. It's one of those songs that is incredibly easy to edit video to, and by extension add this music into videos. It's very pleasant to listen to. It's fun, it's carefree, it almost takes you to another world, with the amount of layered synthesizers all on top of each other doing all these different melodies. It's a really nice song. I've been listening to it for probably the better part of 2 years now. Still hasn't left my playlist, still hasn't lost my interest, so I highly recommend Mort Garson's Plantasia. Plantasia, not only the song, but Plantasia the album as well. So that's all I got. If you have any songs that you've been listening to and want to pass them off to me, go ahead. I am always in the mood for any sort of music. It can be new or it can be old. A lot of this stuff, a lot of the songs that I gave, they're not new songs, but they're new to me. So that's all that matters. But yeah, comment below if you have a song that you want to share, you want me to listen to. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next one.